brought a kitty cat back with me. My little boy's here. And I put my keyboard up out of the way. You come up. Come on. You come lay up on the desk. Come on. Felix. So, he doesn't know what he wants to do. Like you said, it all happened 2 months ago. The coppers got hold of me and shoved me in the witness stand. And based on your testimony, Mr. McGilded was declared innocent. Yeah, well, thing is, I lied about a whole bunch of stuff. I knew it. What sort of thing did you lie about? I was hiding under the seat that night. That was the truth. It was pitch black in that little cubby hole. I couldn't see a thing. And then... Ooh, I heard that loud thud, like someone falling on the floor. And that's when Mr. McGilded discovered you? Yeah. He pulled me out from under the seat and sat me next to the dead man. There weren't much light to see by, but when I looked at me hands, I had the cove's blood all over him. I was so scared I couldn't even speak. You had his blood on your hands? In other words, it was Gina that the witnesses on the roof deck saw that through the skylight. Then Mr. McGilded started asking you questions, I suppose. Who you were, and why you were hiding under the seat. Yeah, he did. Only, it's not all. What do you mean? I mean he threatened me. Threatened you how? He made me swear about what I'd seen, what I'd heard. About what I was gonna do after the cove was found dead. He made me swear I wouldn't tell no one about any of it. If I did that, he said he'd let me scarf her before the coppers showed up. Gina, you must tell me what he swore you to secrecy about. What you saw, what you heard, everything. You said Mr. McGilded made you swear not to tell anybody what you saw. But you were in the pitch black compartment under the seat the whole time, weren't you? Yes, with Mr. McGilded sitting above your head, if I remember correctly. Yeah, that's true, but it was when I heard the thud of the coves hitting the floor. I let out a little scream, see? Couldn't help it. McGilded heard that and dragged me up by the arm, and that's when I saw it. It was on the floor next to the old geezer who had been... It was on the floor next to the old geezer what had been stabbed. A disc, all bright and shiny. A disc? Do you mean... Yeah, that's it. The one what the D took off me and went to Banks. So the music box disc was there on the floor of the omnibus? No, come here. Not for long. McGilded spotted it right away. He picked it up smartish and stuffed it inside his pocket. So that disc was in the omnibus 2 months ago at the scene of Mr. Mason's murder. And the bog trogger told me I weren't to mutter a word of it to no one. Cause it was so dark under that seat in the cab. I was straining my ears the whole time. After a while, I heard the door and footsteps inside the cabin. Presumably that was McGilded getting on board. Nah, not only him. Oh. Because I could definitely make out the footsteps of 2 people. In that case, it would seem likely that it was Mr. McGilded and the victim. What? You said, Mom, what do you want? Hey. Do you want to come sit up here with me? Come here. Mr. Thrice-fired Mason. his testimony during the trial, Mr. McGilded claimed he slept during the carriage ride. But whenever I'm in a carriage, I'm taken with a fierce tiredness and I always succumb to it. It's Sora! Ish, my baby boy. Oh yes, lay down and get comfy, cutie pie. Ish, my widow cow. And your own testimony, Gina, supported this. All I could hear was the Irishman snoring. What a good boy you are. Yeah, that weren't exactly true. Neither of them was asleep. I could hear them talking the whole time in low voices. What? What were they talking about? Sorry, I don't know. The sound of the horses and the wheels was too loud. But that still tells us something. Mr. McGilded and the victim knew each other. So McGilded was lying, as I suspected. We got a lying potential murderer off. But then he died. I don't know if that's a good trade-off or not. I knew it weren't gonna take long before somebody raised the alarm that the bloke had been killed. Yes, you were quite right. The other passengers on the roof deck noticed very quickly. So when the cab came to a stop, McGilded told me to hide back under the seat again. I climbed in and waited. The two coves from up top ran off to get the coppers. Yes, Mr. Fairplay and Mr. First. Right! And after they'd gone, McGilded asked the driver to do him a favor. A favor? Now then, fella, I need you to what I need you to do is take this coat to mine and deposit it with a nearby pawnbroker. And for your troubles, let's see now. I'll give you 10 guineas. A nearby pawnbroker? You mean on Baker Street? Yup, you got it. It was Windibank's. The coachie snapped up the money and ran off to pop this coat as fast as he could. So then there was no one left in the carriage. McGilded opened the box under the seat and let me get out of there, but not without conditions. I see. Oh, he's purring. You are such a pretty boy. What a good boy you are. What were McGilded's conditions then? For letting you go free, I mean. Not telling a soul. Not for anything. About what I saw and what I heard. And there was something else as well. There's more? Yeah. This is the most important thing, he said. I'm after sending the coachman a little errand for me, with some small change in his hand. Now then, did you hear what I asked of him? Did you see anything at all? You asked him to go pop your weasel, right? Aye! The fiend's taken me overcoat to deposit with a pawnbroker hereabouts. And I want you, lass, to take the redemption ticket for it. Do you understand? What? You want me to have the ticket? That's right, and I'll come fetch it from you later. Something within the next 2 months. You're to hang on to it until then, is that clear? And whatever you do, don't lose it. Alright, Diane. And in case I might happen to be delayed at all, you're to go to the pawn shop, Windibank's so it is, and you're to extend the loan before the 2 months is up. If you forget, the article will be forfeited and any old fin could come along and buy it. But I ain't got that kind of brass. Here's £5. That should be enough. Do we understand each other, lass? Don't try anything funny now. If you go against me... Yeah, I get it. Good. One more thing. In a few days from now, you'll be visited by the police, I've no doubt. The coppers? Aye, they'll come asking you to take stand in court. To testify as a witness. So let's just have a wee chat about that, shall we? What is it that you might say, and what is it that you won't? Poor Gina. This is so unfair to her. I hate McGilded. I'm glad he's gone. After he'd gone over it all, I picked it. As far away from there as I could. He had the pawnbroker sticking in some bushes near the scene. I went to fetch it the next day once it got dark. So McGilded planned it. Of course, Gina into giving false testimony. This is wild. Isn't this crazy? You don't even know what's happening. You just want to take a nap. I'll bet you're ready to string me up, eh? A lot. In that big old courtroom. I told some corkers. The thing is, he said he would make it so we couldn't live in the East End no more. That's what he threatened me with. What a wicked man. He knew everything what went on in the back slums. He knew we had no one to look after us. We was all just looking out for each other, getting by together. So you mean Mr. McGilded would have, in a heartbeat, he could have had a lot of us chased out of there if he wanted. And then where would we have gone, eh? Nowhere, that's where. So, didn't have no choice. Thank you, Gina, for telling us everything. But I'm for it now, eh? Go on, admit it. You must be livid. Well, you can make amends by doing me a simple favor. A favor? What? Sign the representation papers for tomorrow's trial. If you don't actually want me to represent you in court, you can rip it up later. But we need that paperwork or we can't investigate. The police won't let us. Investigate what? The scene of the incident last night. Mr. Sholmes was shot, you see. You what? Hurley's having a big operation right now, Ginny. Is it bad? Is he gonna be alright? Sholmes is gonna be alright, right? That's why I want to investigate, for Mr. Sholmes' sake as much as anything. Right. So what you're saying is, if I sign that bit of paper, everyone's happy, is that it? Something like that. Susato? Yes, of course. I have the representation papers here. I don't need no one to stick up for me, though. Nor no lawyer or nothing. Poor Ginny. She seems so lonely. Hey, she signed it, though. Well, at least this should mean we can investigate the scene at Windibanks now. Yes! And perhaps we can come back to visit Ginny when we're done there? Aw, if we have time. I feel like we've finally cracked Gina. She's opened up to us at last. And now I have her representation papers. No one knows just what a responsibility that is. Anyway, for now it means Inspector Gregson can't stop us investigating at Windibanks. Something tells me he's not going to be happy about it. Aww. Hey, we reached a to be continued. Aren't you proud, little buddy? Oh, so cute. Is this investigation part 4? Oh my lord, it is. Holy crap. This is a long case. The 5th case is always long though. Final case, since none of the games have 5. Windibanks Pawnbroker, April 16th, 1:26 p.m. Here we are again at the scene of the crime. Now to thrust these representation papers in Gregson's face and see what he makes of them. Hello. Hello again, Inspector. Do you have a minute, please? What is it now? You should go home and get some rest. Here you are, Gregsy! Here are the representation papers! Your ladyship! Wow! I don't believe it! How the devil did you get that stubborn little ragabash to sign that? I salute you! That's good work, that is. I can see you've been very busy here as well. How about some tea? It's a special blend designed to relieve fatigue. She has given him so much tea! Rise from the Ashes was so horribly long. Oh my gosh, I was so glad when it was over. I did enjoy it. I like Emma. Emma's great. That's gonna be a real pain once we get to that on here. I'm on the final case of Spirit of Justice too, and that one's proven to be quite long as well. I think it's Turnabout Revolution. The most important thing to me in that is Phoenix and my dear son. My dear Apollo. I almost named Sora Apollo. But I want to use that if I have a son in real life, so. Ah, lovely. Well, let's see now. Yes, yes, I hardly feel tired at all. I'm fit as a fiddle, your ladyship. Would it be alright if we investigated the scene of the crime then? Do as you please. You know where it happened, through that door behind the counter. Yes, the storeroom. That's where I discovered Mr. Windibank. Gina. Right, well, I'll be getting back to business then. Will you be investigating in the storeroom as well, Inspector? If I'm perfectly honest, we need to wrap this up before long. Can't afford to spend too much time on it. But there are so many articles to go through, it's taken forever, even with the lads working around the clock. Which is a problem, because there's another case the yard needs to investigate urgently. That must be what Lord Strongheart meant by far more serious matters before. So what I'm saying is, don't get under my feet, sunshine. Come then, let us not waste any time. I love Susato, don't leave us. There's something said about a small box. But I bet that it's probably in the back. This is that strange contraption that lets you see pictures of things as if they're right in front of your eyes. Makes you think. Mr. Sholmes gleefully showed it to us yesterday. We were blissfully unaware that any of this was about to happen. This officer has been staring intently at the wall since before we came in here. Shh! Keep it down! Oh! Sorry. There's a major clue just there. Really? Then we must tell Gregsy at once! But as soon as I report it, that'll be it. They'll be stuck here even longer. Stuck here? What do you mean? I haven't been home in 2 days already. I need another constable to relieve me and take over my shift. They really have a tough time, the British police. That doesn't stop us investigating though, does it? No, suppose not. I'm fairly sure it was the calendar he was peering at. Yeah, it's got blood all over it. What, do you want to play the rubber band? Whoop. I don't want you to bite it and then make it stretch. Oh, you caught it! Yay, good job. Here, you want it? You want it? Oh, you almost had it. We have found out that my little baby boy is a mean druggie when it comes to the catnip. He's apparently tried to nip at people. They give them the catnip when I've already gone to bed. Callie apparently chills out. And is a very sweet little thing, but Sora, oh my, you're a meanie, I've heard. You're a mean little boy. Normally very sweet. Let's look at this calendar now. Ah, look here! Oh, nope, that's a bullet. Oh yes, a bullet hole. You can see the bullet is still lodged in the wall. Presumably Mr. Windibank wasn't practicing with his revolver in his spare time. Ah, well, Mr. Sholmes likes to practice in his drawing room whenever he can. He's very patriotic like that. Sorry? It's all there in the Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, you know. Isn't that right, Iris? Did I write something like that? Partly in jest, perhaps. In jest? Well, he doesn't do it often. It is quite a dangerous pastime. He doesn't do it often. He shouldn't even do it once. Forget that for now, Bruno. Let's examine this bullet. What's that around the bullet hole? Is it blood? The suspicious red stain on the calendar. Aha! I may well be able to help with that. What? There's nothing like the sight of blood to get the blood pumping, is there, Bruno? I have a feeling I'm not as bloody-minded as you, Iris. I'm afraid the sight of blood makes my blood run cold. There you have it, you see? When it comes to blood, we're all different types. Yes, what a scientific observation. So you need this! Oh no. What's that scary looking thing? Hurley and I actually didn't come up with a name for it yet. But as soon as you see it in action, you'll understand what it does. Watch. Oh. It turned it green! Oh, the color of the bloodstain has changed! There! Does it make sense now? Yes, I think I'm starting to understand. Good! It works on the principle that different people have different types of blood, you see. Yes, how wonderful! The chemical it fires combines with the blood and makes it change color. So you can identify whose blood it is that you're looking at in a flash. Oh, what a fabulous invention, Iris! Isn't it? Isn't it? I bet Ginny would say it's bleeding great. So, whose blood are we looking at then? Well, all the chemical does is turn the blood a different color, so... just find someone whose blood turns the same color and you'll know who it belongs to in a flash! It's more like 2 flashes, really, isn't it? 1 flash or 2, this could well turn out to be a very valuable clue. So we must make note of it in the court record. Alrighty. Let's keep testing and adding the results of any other blood analysis to the portfolio. As long as I have Regent left, sure. Oh my goodness. Green blood. It just seems wrong somehow. Oh, there are all sorts of different colors. There are pretty pinks and purples too, you know. Like I said, everyone's blood is different. I wonder what my blood would turn out. What color my blood would turn out. Actually, I don't want to know. Ryunosuke, you're kind of a baby. No? Here, you can leave. Making sure I don't catch any tails in the door this time. I'm fairly sure this contraption was here yesterday as well. Here we are, but I'm not confident I can get it closed again. Oh yes, that's a folding stereoscope! Really? This is a stereoscope? Mr. Sholmes showed us a picture yesterday that you were supposed to be able to see in 3 dimensions. But for that he used the great big contraption over there. Oh, well, that's for use in public houses and places like that. It contains a carousel with all sorts of pictures inside. But this little thing is a much simpler design for use at home. There are special shops selling prints you can use in them. I have a little collection myself. I wonder if I could make money out of these in Japan. It would be keeping my toilet sparkling clean anyway. What? I don't want to know what he meant by that. The police are scouring every inch of this place by the look of it. Instructions from the yard are to examine every article in this shop and every ledger and book of accounts. Every article? But that's a ridiculous amount of work, surely? We've been hard at it ever since the shop was declared a crime scene in the early hours. We're still sifting through it all in shifts at least, but still. We'll be working through the night, that's for sure. Even then, we'll barely have scratched the surface. Crime and pawnbrokers. Must be every policeman's worst nightmare. It is every copper's worst nightmare, you know, a crime and pawnbrokers. Yes, well that's exactly what Ryunosuke was thinking, which is why I think all of you are reading his mind. Ryunosuke passed down some weird characteristics and things to Phoenix, didn't he? These shelves are where the pawnbroker puts articles that have been forfeited on display for customers to buy. Yes, it's a really strange miscellany, isn't it? I mean, who would buy this horse statue, for example? Well, sometimes you can buy some real treasures among all the junk, you know? Are you alright, Runo? Oh, it's just... well, it looks like a collection of useless junk as a whole, but when you pick out individual things, you can't help wishing you owned them. Even that horse statue. That's exactly how the pawnbroker works. They're very clever. Ryunosuke wants the horse statue. Buy it for him. That's a music box. Do you have them where you come from, Runo? Yes, but I've never seen one as large as this in Japan. Oh, well, this will be a treat. Shall we have a listen? This is the same song it played last time. What do you think? Isn't it a pretty sound? It's a beautiful sound, yes, but it's a little hard to enjoy when all the policemen in the room are giving you fierce looks. Never mind that! If any of them say anything, I'll tell Gregsy to have a word. Iris Wilson, Superintendent of Scotland Yard. I love Iris, she's a doll. What? I want to have a laugh? Sure? What you got? Give my voice a break. What is it? Uh-oh. I see it. Yeah. Okay. I see it. I see exactly what is being said. Oh my gosh. Why is that so accurate? Oh my lord. Oh my goodness. Thank you for that. Ugh. Not my daughter, no! No! I'm not that, no! I'm not married to Sasuke! And I shouldn't be. But no, no, no. No, I don't approve of that. I approve of the joke, but no, nothing else. That was a good laugh though, thank you. I will when he watches Naruto. Until then, no. There's the article ledger here in Mr. Windibake's notes, and... what's this? It looks as though someone has left a little photographic print behind. Yeah, basically never. Oh, look on the back. There's some writing. Is there? Oh, show us, Susie! Show us! Bye! Have a good night. Oh lord, there's blood! February 15th, 10:30 p.m. Article deposited, one gentleman's overcoat. Loan amount paid, £1. Redemption deadline, April 15th, 10:30 p.m. The gentleman's overcoat pawned for £1. Clearly it was a very fine coat. In fact, I think... Yes, this must be the ticket for the overcoat that Ginny redeemed yesterday. And is still wearing, which belonged to McGilded. I would never expected the redemption ticket to be handwritten on the back of a photograph, though. It seems Mr. Windibank just used whatever piece of paper he happened to have to hand. But it's the exact same one that Gina had in the coat pocket. But this photograph of a cat, it looks very familiar, doesn't it? I'm sure I've seen this exact picture somewhere else recently. Oh, yes, you're right, very recently. It's the same as the one Ginny gave us earlier. Of course, I was forgetting that she gave us that print. Well, what are you waiting for then, Mr. Naruhodo? Get it out! All right, let the cogs turn. Look, see? Yes, they are exactly the same. I've got it! These two photographs hide an amazing secret. A secret? What does she mean? You must tell us, Iris, at once. Do you really want to know? Yes, we need you to tell us all you know about this pair of photographs. Oh, Iris, please. I have to go to bed soon, sweetheart. So, Iris, about these two photographic prints. The one we found here on Mr. Windibank's counter and the one Gina gave us before. The cat's faces kind of look like they're off a little bit between the two pictures. Like the one on the left looks like it's looking a little to the left, while the one on the right's looking more forward. Or is that just me? Is that just me? Maybe I'm crazy. What is this amazing secret you mentioned that's hidden between these two identical prints? Actually, that's not quite right. Sorry. If you look carefully, the two prints aren't the same. Not exactly. They're not? Look, I'm not stupid, I knew it. Have another look at them now. Can you see that they're just slightly different from each other? I think so. It's very subtle, though. But what's the reason for the subtle difference between the two prints? Ah, well, it's because they're a set, you see? No, I don't. This pair of photographs is meant to be used in a stereoscope. Everyone in London is raving about them at the moment. Ah, stereoscope. Why do I feel as though I've heard that word before recently, like just a bit ago? Oh, yes! That's what Mr. Sholm showed us yesterday. You see? There it is, just over there. Ah, yes, of course. That magical machine that makes pictures look almost real enough to touch. Well, actually, it's quite possible to see the same depth in pictures even without one of those contraptions. What? Really? Do you know how a pair of flat photographic prints can appear to have any depth in the first place? No, I have no idea. Oh, wonderful! Then I'll be able to tell you! She's over the moon, bless her. Should we let her explain, though? We really need to carry on investigating the scene. I, for one, simply have to know. Ugh! My voice hurts. My throat hurts. Have you ever considered, Runo, how our eyes see depth in the world around us? Well, I just opened them and it works. But the reason it works is because we have two eyes. Two eyes. Shocking. If you try closing just one eye at a time, I think you'll see straight away. what you see with your left eye and what you see with your right eye are ever so slightly different. You get a different view with each eye. Yes, the position of objects seems to shift slightly. Exactly! And in your head, your brain uses that shift to estimate depth as it merges the two views into one. That's how we can sense depth in everything we see. Ah, my brain really is amazing, isn't it? It does so much without telling me. Ah, I think I see. So the pair of photographs consists of a left eye view and a right eye view. Is that right? Oh, well done, Susie. You're so quick. So, if you can persuade your brain to merge the two pictures together in your head, you'd be able to see depth in these prints? Yes, Runo, you're beginning to understand. The stereoscope's function is to act as your brain and allow you to do just that. Yes, but as long as you have two images, two eyes, and one brain, you can actually do it yourself without needing a stereoscope at all. You can? Really? Let's try it. So you can view this pair of prints without the help of a stereoscope. Oh, yes! I'm dying to have a go. Susato-san really loves this kind of thing. You need to be able to cross your eyes. That's the main thing. Can you both do that? Cross my eyes? I think I can. Watch me! And see if you can copy. Oh, it's so weird! Why is it weird? Make your eyes do this. Alright, let me try. Are you ready, Mr. Naruhodo? Oh, it's so weird! I hate... Why is it so weird? There, how's that? Wonderful! Now it's your turn, Runo! The trick is to concentrate on looking at the bridge of your nose with both eyes at the same time. Not exactly an easy task when two people are staring at you cross-eyed. Alright, that's enough practice. Now let's try looking at the prints. Start by staring at one print and slowly crossing your eyes. Oh, it's doing it for me. Oh, you should see two overlapping images like this. You try it now, Runo. I'm just going to have to give it a try, I suppose. Did the print split into two images for you? Now the next step is to put the pair of prints side by side like this and then try crossing your eyes again. The prints should slowly merge together. They form a new single image in the center. Oh, yes! Mr. Naruhodo, it works! I can see it in the middle now. It looks so real! Oh, I could do it all day. Please stop, it's so weird. I wouldn't advise that. Your eyes might start to hurt. Your turn, Runo! Pretend you're looking at the two pictures and slowly cross your eyes. Keep adjusting the position of your eyes until the two images overlap exactly in the middle. Like, this is it. Ugh. There, you managed it! So now you know how stereoscopic images work. Well, I don't know who discovered it, but it really is quite extraordinary. So what do you think of these stereoscopic prints then, Runo? They're certainly amazing, but it isn't easy to get the knack of viewing them properly. No, some people find it easier than others. But that's why contraptions like this exist, for people who find it tricky. Oh, I recognize that. We saw one over there yesterday, didn't we? If I remember correctly, you press this little knob here. Then set the pair of photographs in this stand on the back end. It's still amazing, even though I know roughly how it works now. Well, London seems to agree with you. Stereoscopes are very popular at the moment. You can find one of these folding contraptions in lots of households in the capital currently. But these little machines are so affordable, surely there's no need to go around staring cross-eyed at pictures like you hate them. But it's much more satisfying to be able to see the effect with your own eyes. Well, I think so anyway. Stereoscopic prints. Never heard of them before yesterday. We've certainly learned a lot about them. I wonder if it's knowledge that I'll ever actually need. Well, maybe I will. Well, I think I'm gonna have to go ahead and call it for the night. Because I have to get ready for bed. I have to get up into work. So yeah, we're gonna end it here, and next time we'll go into that storeroom and take a look at the murder scene. Hopefully we can find something that'll help us clear Gina, because I like Gina. I like voicing her. I don't want her to go away. Don't take Gina away like you're taking Susato away. So I suppose, well, we'll be back on Friday with Neo the World Ends With You. Hopefully we can get through days 5 and 6 of week 3. So next week maybe we can have a finale. A nice long stream next Friday or Friday into Saturday to have the finale, because it's going to take a bit. I think it took me 2 days of playing to do it last time. So we'll do that, and Sunday we'll go back to Pokemon. And then next week we'll come back to this. I'm still trying to decide if I'm going to swap around Pokemon and the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. I don't know if I'm going to yet. I don't know yet. I might. Might put this back on Sundays so that we can have longer streams. Well, I don't know. I don't know right now. So anyway, whatever. I will be back on Friday. We will go back to Neo the World Ends With You and try to finish as much as we can. And then next week we'll come back to more of this and go as far as we can. Hopefully a little bit earlier, but we'll have to see depending on how next Tuesday evening goes for me. So, thanks for hanging out. I will be back then on Friday. I'll be in Discord, of course. And I hope you have a great evening, night.